Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at this, it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them cans, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Happy Friday. We are live here for Power Hour, the final trading hour of the day. It's the final trading hour of the week. What a week it's been. What a day it's been. Market rally still in full effect. If you caught the live stream yesterday, we told you we think the SPY's got a date with 410. We're on a one-way ticket to 410. SPY right now sitting 407, pushing up against 4,100 on the S&P, going into the biggest week of the last several months. Next week, you've got Amazon, Apple, AMD, Alphabet, all earnings. And you have the Fed meeting on Wednesday. You thought trading has been crazy so far in 2023. You thought that there's been unlimited amounts of opportunity in the market so far in 2023. You ain't seen nothing yet, because with all of those earnings and the Fed meeting mixed in between, and more jobs data and more hourly average wage data that you're getting next week, this is going to be the craziest trading week that we've had in quite a while, because there's so many different individual catalysts. Markets are continuing this rally. I expect strength to continue in the market until you get to the Fed meeting. We're going to talk about what we expect from the Fed meeting. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we've got to talk about today. Crazy action. Tesla is exploding. Lucid short squeeze in the back of a Saudi buyout. We've got another banger of a trade today on AMD to the long side. That's where I made my money today. It's another solid green day inside True Trading Group. We've got a couple of people also that had hit some milestones today inside of the True Trading Group chat. It's been that kind of year so far. And we're picking up right where we left off in 2022. 2022, some members had their best years that they've ever had trading a down market. This year, to start off, the market's been ripping to the upside. We've been all over this move, and today is no different. Full disclosure, I'm still long AMD. I bought AMD earlier this morning, all the way back here, just over 74.50. Right here was my entry on AMD. I'm still long a piece of this position. I'm down to a small piece. I've taken profits off on this trade now several times throughout the day. I'm still long one small piece to see if we can get up to 77 before the market closes. Otherwise, I'll take my final profits off around 75. Members are able to capitalize on about a 35% gain on call options for those that followed me along in this trade. So congratulations, TTG fan, that we're able to capitalize on this. We'll talk about the trade in a lot more detail. There was other trades that I made today as well. We'll talk about all of it. We'll talk about the day. We'll talk about what this all means for the recession soft landing narrative. But you got to make sure that you guys get out your pen and your paper and get ready to take some notes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. For those that do not know, my name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group, which is the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform available to the retail trader and investor today. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free. Myself, other pro trading mods, and special guests will give you guys golden nuggets, free lessons, market commentary, analysis, trade ideas that can help you all become better traders immediately. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was trained by professionals. My first job out of college was working at a fund in New York City, where I had to go through a 3-month educational training program before they let me touch $1 of their money. And then the Great Recession happened, and that was 2008, right? That was the housing crisis, the stock market crash. But that's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders from all over the world achieve their goals of becoming profitable in the markets. You see, we're the fastest growing and highest rated platform that's available because we take university level curriculum. which is the same kind of stuff that I learned that I worked at the fund in New York, trading and investing courses. We paired that with premium stock market tools. We do live workshops. We do mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, futures, and also for all styles of trading. Whether you day trade, swing trade, or just looking for long-term investing stuff, we do all of it inside of True Trading Group. You see, we take that university level curriculum and we pair it with some of the top trading tools that are available on the market today. Benzinga's newsfeed, the Trade Ideas Scanner, Trading Views charts, right? Analyst ratings, dark pool data, full book level 2 from Quote Media. All of these tools, these are tools that successful traders use to help them make better decisions because they have access to more information, increases their chances of success. If they're using these tools, then so should you. I assure you that successful traders are not relying on Reddit, Twitter, and a Discord. That's not how they make their decisions. So that's not how you should be making your decisions. The problem is these tools are very expensive. If you were to go to those companies directly, it's going to cost you around $5,000 a year. Okay. It's a lot of money to ask somebody to pay for tools. We've spent years as a company building relationships with those firms so we can put their products on our platform at no additional cost to you. So when you guys join True Trading Group, you actually get access to all of those tools at no additional cost. It's all included. You also get access to all the TTG members, thousands of traders from all over the world, from 100 different countries that are the most helpful, most supportive, most educated, and most successful group of traders and investors you're ever going to find. And of course, you'll get all the real-time trade alerts from myself and the other mods at True Trading Group that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst all of us collectively of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. So subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. Sunday at 8:30 p.m., I'll be going live again to give you guys my entire outlook for what I believe the market is going to do next week as we start to plan for a massive week of earnings. And then also, you thought this week was big on earnings. Next week is 3 times as big when you look at market cap and companies in the S&P compared to the companies that reported earnings this week. It's like 3 times that next week. And then you got the Fed meeting dropped right in the middle on Wednesday. It's going to be a wild week. So Sunday at 8:30, set your reminders. I'm going live on Sunday to give you guys the outlook and plan for the week. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get the show started here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group to kind of help me through this live stream. We got a couple of guests that are going to be joining us today. So everybody give a big warm ayo to Adam. You do have to turn your mic on, though, when you come on to the live stream.
Fuck. Oh. BitConnect!
What's up, man?
What's up,
Happy
dude?
Friday.
Happy Friday. Man, I mean, what's going on right now in the SPY, dude? I don't even understand it anymore.
Listen, you know, the chase trade is still on. The chase trade, everybody came into 2023 extremely negative and very defensively positioned with very little exposure to risk assets and growth stock exposure. And so far, the data is showing everyone that the economy is still holding. Everybody thought that, and including myself, I thought that we would see weaker jobs data in the month of January as well. Because after you get out of the holidays, you usually, in a regular environment, not the environment that we're in now, but even in a regular environment, you usually see a drop off in employment in January because all the part-time holiday jobs go away after the holidays in December, right? So you start to see January and then February, you start to see those numbers start to reflect that. But the exact opposite has happened so far in the month of January. You started the year off and initial jobless claims are actually going down. The unemployment rate actually went down. So you're actually getting much better than expected data coming through from the labor market. And you're also getting really good data from inflation. Inflation continues to come down at a pretty steady pace. And earnings have not been as bad as people initially feared. And that is causing a bit of a chase. And now a lot of people are chasing growth stocks. They're chasing risk assets because they are realizing we were too positioned for recession and we don't have enough exposure in case there is a soft landing. And I think
only if somebody would have mentioned that to them.
I know, if only somebody would have said that. But you're seeing a little bit of a repositioning. And really that's what I think you're seeing right now, guys.
Okay. I mean, a repositioning sounds nice, but I feel like this seems a little bit better than just the regular. I mean, dude, this is kind of nutty. What's happening right now, you know?
Yeah, we're back above the 200 day. and you are about to see a golden cross. A golden cross is a very bullish chart pattern. That's when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. I'll go to a full-size screen just so everybody can see this very clearly. And as we zoom this in, you'll see right here. You see these two lines? The yellow line is your 200-day. The blue line is your 50-day. And my friends, you can see how close they are getting. And if the blue line crosses above the yellow line, that is a golden cross. And golden crosses are typically very bullish chart patterns. Your next level of resistance is 410. That is this level that you guys all see right here. It's resistance here from the CPI print. It's resistance there from Jerome Powell's speech at the Brookings Institution. And it's resistance here before you had the inflation print in September. That was August record high inflation number. Well, not record high. Record high was actually from the June number, but higher than expected inflation number. And that gave you that big gap down. So there's all that resistance there, 410. And I think you're on, we've got a date with that 410. I think we got a date with that 410. I think that we probably get to that 410 Monday or Tuesday. And then it all comes down to the Fed on Wednesday.
So even if, let's say the Fed funds rate moves up, do you think any of that? I mean, I feel like a lot of people are probably expecting Jerome Putin Powell to come in and at this point give more of a be a little bit more aggressive with that and move it up a bit. I think that some people or most people are probably expecting that by now.
It's not expected. Based on the, when you look at Fed funds futures, it's not expected. The market is not anticipating the Fed moving their Fed funds target. Right now, their target is 5.1, which is they moved it 25 basis points higher after it was 4.85. That was what happened at the December Fed meeting. And that's when the market did this. That was when the Fed raised their target from 4.85 to 5.1. All right. Now you're right back to where you were before the Fed did that. If the Fed moves their target again, then once again, I believe you will see the market trade back to the downside like you saw here. You'll probably get very similar price action. And I think you'll minimum go back down to 395, like into these 390s here, minimum. I think honestly, you probably go back to the 100-day moving average. But if that happens, that prevents the golden cross from happening. So if you actually got that scenario, then you would be looking for where maybe the market looks like this on Monday. There's a little anxiety in the market on Tuesday. And then here comes the Fed meeting. And you get an initial pop on the Fed on the back of a 25 basis point hike. But the Fed moves their target to, let's say, for example, 5.35. Then I think the markets then give you a pullback and you get a candle that looks something like this day of Fed meeting. And then you'll get continued follow through to the downside for a couple of days, take you down here into these moving averages. You'll probably get a technical bounce off the moving averages before eventually continuing to the downside. And I think that that's what would happen if the Fed moved their target higher. So I'm basing my trading on if the Fed moves that target higher.
So let me ask you a question. I mean, the golden cross looks awesome, but when does that golden cross turn into a golden shower, Mike?
So much for the family show, huh? I mean, I know it's Friday and everything. You know what's funny? I literally had a
Joe just put it on the screen.
Wait, I literally had a one-on-one with somebody today, and they were like, "Mike, I just got to tell you, I've been to a bunch of other like YouTube channels, and I really, really, really appreciate how clean you guys are and how professional you are, and how you don't curse."
Somebody said that today?
I'm dead serious, I swear. And she's probably on the live stream right now. And
Maybe
she
doesn't
literally
know
said,
what it is. Maybe
literally
she doesn't know what it is.
Literally said that to me today, and I was like, "Oh, I really
She probably
appreciate
doesn't know
that.
what it
We
is.
try to be inclusive." And
I meant, well, look, you do come on here and say golden nuggets will shower. I mean, it's one word off. Every time it is one word off.
yeah, no, it's an important word. Like one element off in a chemistry lab is a big deal.
Yeah, one chromosome off in a person is a big deal.
That's also a big deal.
I love Friday.
Yes, it certainly is Friday.
Anyways, Somebody says, "Can anyone read this?" Yes.
Yes.
Somebody says Shug uses foul language a lot. Yes.
Yes, also true.
But it is a sign of intelligence. We also don't kink shame, which is true, Mike Turner. This is a family show, but it is also for adults.
You do need to be of
18.
age to trade on your own. So
yeah. All right. Moving on.
Yes, let's. Do you have a question for me, or what do you?
No, I'm just,
so I'm going to talk about the data that came out this morning. Then, if you don't have questions for me,
I mean, I'll have questions after you talk about the data.
Okay, all right. So then I'll kick things off with that, and then we roll.
Yeah. Just do the thing where you like get to the point and not like repeat it 50 times, and we're good.
Well, I'm going to tell everybody what the data was. So, guys, you got a lot of important pieces of data today. You got a PCE inflation number, which is an inflation number that the Fed pays very close attention to. But this is old. This is old data. It's actually from the month of December. So you're actually going to have, the CPI number. That's why the CPI number is always a bigger event, because it is. Once you get CPI and PPI, you kind of already have an expectation of what PCE is going to be. PCE is the last inflation data point that comes out after CPI and PPI. But nonetheless, the PCE is an inflation data point that the Fed looks very closely at. And it came in right in line with expectations today, kind of across the board, with a slight decrease in one area, which was the month over month headline PCE number was 0.2%. When the expectation was 0.3. It was actually expected to go up because the last month was 0.2, and it was expected to go up So in November it was 0.2. It was expected to be 0.3 in December. It is actually 0.2 in December, which is better than expected. So that's a good thing. The month over month core PCE number, which takes out energy and food related inflation, that was right in line with expectation, 0.3. The expectation was 0.3. The year over year number was 5%, and the core number year over year was 4.4. The expectation was 4.4. So the PCE inflation numbers came in right in line with expectations. And then you got consumer sentiment numbers, which were slightly above expectations, 64.9 versus 64.6 expected. Now, the other piece of data that you got today that was a disappointment was consumer spending. Consumer spending was minus 0.2. The expectation was it was going to be minus 0.1. So a drop in consumer spending in the month of December, even though consumer sentiment was slightly higher than expected. That is where there's a strange relationship, because there's typically a direct correlation between consumer sentiment and consumer spending. As consumers feel better, they spend more money. As consumers get weary and nervous, they spend less and they start saving more. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there between consumer sentiment and consumer spending, but good news on the inflation front.
Cool. So based on everything that you just said, how can people use that information to make money? I'm going to dumb this down real quick.
Based on the information I just gave you, that information, I mean, that's, just us using that information to be long-minded this market, because you're not getting any data. You're not getting any data that would break the bullish trend and the bullish sentiment that you've had to start off the year. And I told everybody on our live stream yesterday that as long as there's no surprise with inflation PCE numbers tomorrow, meaning this morning, we talked about this in the live stream yesterday, then you have to look for longs tomorrow. I even drew a candle for you guys on yesterday's live.
All of that. Yeah, no, for sure. I guess I'm just like, what do you use? Like, how can I use what you just, so I should be thinking, so if I'm not a member and I'm not in chat every day, I need to be thinking long-term this market right now?
No, I mean, listen, what I was saying was long-minded today and look for relative strength still Monday, Tuesday, But then Wednesday, you've got to be neutral. You got to be neutral for Wednesday because that's going to be the Fed meeting. And depending on what the Fed does and says, can either continue to push this market significantly higher or rip the rug right out from underneath, depending on what Jerome Powell does. I'll tell you now, if Jerome Powell comes out and says, we're raising 25 basis points and then we're going to be data dependent, everything looks good, and I'm happy with what I'm seeing with inflation, this market's probably going to 420 minimum.
Okay, and at what point does that come back down to earth then? Or is that it? If Jerome Powell says
no, that's not it. No, that's not it. It would give you more room to the upside short term. You have two major resistance levels. Literally, you have major resistance levels on the SPY every $10 from here on out. So when you look at 410 is a major level of resistance. We already talked about it. I just showed you on the chart. That's 410. 420 is another big level. Why is 420 a big level? That was the high before the Jackson Hole meeting from last year when everyone's sentiment changed and the Fed got hawkish instead of being dovish. The Fed got extremely hawkish. That was then. That's also a gap fill. And then you have 430, which is this test up here of the August high. And then that also lines you up with these previous highs from very, very early in the sell-off of 2022. So these are all levels of resistance that you have on the SPY: 410, 420, 430. I know they're $10 increments. There's no relevance in $10 increments. That just so happens to be where the levels currently lie. But all of those are resistance levels. And if Jerome Powell comes out and goes 25 basis points, and then we're going to be data dependent, this market, at least in my opinion, gets to 420. And then that's when I would start thinking about that 420 to 430. I would be looking to start to be selling some things and buying some longer dated put options, because then I would think that the market would pull back later into the year and pull itself back down into 380s. That would not just be all signs are a go. That would not just be, hey, look for a market to go back to all-time highs. I think that would be actually one of the biggest bull traps that you've seen in a while.
Okay. No, that's awesome. I mean, that bull trap part is not awesome, but you know what I mean. So pretend that I was your son for a second.
I don't have to pretend.
All right, Dad, listen up. What are you got over over 1,000 people watching right now. I'd like to know what, based off all the shit that you just said, how can these people use that information to make money starting next week? Give me some real world situations.
Real world situation. If the Fed moves their target from 5.1 to 5.35, you buy put options, at least a month out expiration, hold on to them for about 1 to 2 weeks. That's as real world and as simplified as you can get, because the market is not ready for the Fed to move that target rate higher. And if they move the target rate higher, I do believe the market's moved to the downside.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. Understood. One more question. What did you say would make it pull back again?
If the Fed moves their target to 5.35.
What do you actually think the chance of that happening is going to be?
I think the chance of that happening are actually pretty good.
Of them moving it?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, that's
think
what I just said.
Yeah, I don't think they're actually going to get there, but I think they're going to tell you they're going to get there, because financial conditions are really starting to loosen, and the Fed is very, very nervous of inflation coming down, them lightening up, and then inflation starts to pick up again, because that's what happened in the 70s. That is very, very bad. Jerome Powell is very, very scared of that possibility happening. There's rumors out that Jerome Powell actually has Paul Volcker's book on his desk is the joke. And he's very aware and very conscious that he doesn't want to ease his foot off the brake too soon, and then let inflation start to increase again. And the fact that China is reopening out of COVID, I'm telling you, that makes Jerome Powell pretty nervous. because China reopening, you got to realize China has never reopened from COVID. They've been locked down for the last 3 years. They didn't get the reopening surge that we had and everybody else in the rest of the world had. So when China comes out of their COVID lockdown and all of those people start spending money like we spent money coming out of COVID, what does that do to inflation? What does that do to gasoline prices? What does that do to the price of oil? Does that start to move oil and gas back to the upside? Because China is the biggest consumer of commodities in the world. Nobody consumes more oil than they do. So when you're starting to look at, okay, well, what is that going to do to inflation? So Jerome Powell is very nervous. If he lets his foot off the brake too soon, China reopens, that helps push inflation higher, and then now he's got to go back and chase inflation. I think he is going to still be hawkish at the meeting on Wednesday, and I think that initial hawkish remark and stance, if they move their target to 5.35, it forces the market to have to back off, and it forces financial conditions to tighten, and it will force the bond markets to start to move in their favor and have interest rates rise. So I think that it's actually pretty possible you can see them move that target rate higher.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see. So far, at what, I mean, we can get into this some other time, right? But like, at what point does Jerome Powell saying shit just to say shit become very blatant and obvious manipulation based on the data that's being provided?
It's not.
I guess it is. I mean, if you're telling somebody,
yeah, no, honestly, I mean, I guess it is. I mean, you want to talk about gray areas? Doesn't get much grayer than that. I mean, literally, the Fed's words are just as effective a form of monetary policy as raising rates. You know, market reacts to their words, and they have a job to do, and it's within their mandate to control prices and inflation, and also to maintain maximum employment. And they're going to do whatever means necessary to achieve those goals.
Even if they have to lie about it.
Listen, dude, I don't think Jerome Powell can come out on Wednesday and be like, everything's fantastic, everything's great.
I don't think he needs to, but there's a big difference between Jerome Powell coming out on Wednesday and saying everything is fine, everything is fantastic, and Jerome Powell not embellishing further. It's a big difference, no?
Yeah, I guess, you have to prove the intent, right? Like if Jerome Powell says our new target's 5.35, but they don't intend on actually getting there, and they only said that just to keep the markets on their heels. I mean, because all that they'll do is they'll get to 5.1, and then they'll be like, we're going to be data dependent. You know, that's what you would see. So it's a tough, dude, listen, it's a tough balancing act. They have the toughest job in the world.
I don't know about that.
They have the toughest job in the world.
Do you think that's the toughest job in the world?
To try to orchestrate a soft landing and bring down inflation, and with all of the intricacies of the United States economy, which literally controls the entire global economy.
I think it's a tough job. I don't think it's the toughest job in the world.
I don't know. It's up there.
No, top 5 for sure.
Top 5 because
being your business partner is number 1.
No. Easiest.
You know, somebody says, would bond markets tell if they won't believe him again? Bond markets haven't moved.
Yeah, no, the bond market does not believe the Fed at all. And that's part of the problem, right? Moto, great question. Excellent observation. The bond market does not believe the Fed is going to 5.1, and they do not believe the Fed is going to stay at 5.1 for a year. The bond market's telling you the Fed's not going to get to 5.1, and they're going to cut rates by the end of this year. That's the bond market's telling you.
Which I believe that is the case as well. I mean, I think that is going to be the case as well.
Where you really need to pay attention to. This is why I don't believe that the Fed is going to get to 5.3. They might get to 5.1, but I don't. I wouldn't expect them to go any higher than that. Some people are like 6%. No way, because the problem now lies with what's going on with the debt ceiling and just the interest payments that we have to make on our debt is like $1 trillion. If interest rates are over 5%, it's $1 trillion, just the interest payments on our debt. So you can't have, usually the US makes, interest payments somewhere in like the mid 300 billion, right? If interest rates are moving to where people think like, oh, they got to go to 6%, they got to go to 5%. Now you're talking about interest payments around $1 trillion just to service your debt. That is not sustainable. So Jerome Powell will run the risk of an issue with debt, and that becomes like a sovereign debt issue if he goes too far with those interest rates, which is why the bond market is telling everyone, Jerome, I hear you, brother, but you're not going there. And that's the reason why.
He's not going there. I do not believe that he's going there.
I don't think he needs to go there. Look at inflation.
But just because he doesn't need to go there doesn't mean that he will.
No, I know. But I'm saying I don't think he needs to go there. That's why I don't think they're going to – I think they're going to talk tough, but I don't think they don't need to go there. Inflation is coming down. And if you were to actually bring it forward, the way that real estate is factored into your inflation data is the biggest lag. If you actually factored in month over month real estate and rent price change, it's actually a negative. It's actually deflationary on the inflation number, which should actually result in a much lower inflation number than what is currently coming out, because the way that the real estate aspect of CPI is calculated is extremely flawed. It's very, very, very delayed. There's a huge several month lag. If you actually factored in real estate numbers in real time, like a month over month, it's actually inflation is significantly lower. It's not right now. It's not 6.5. It's like on the CPI number, it's like 4.5. So I don't think that they really need to go as far as they think, or as far as they're saying, rather, I should say, would be the proper term.
Mm-hmm. Have you adjusted any of your outlook for this year yet?
No. My outlook is still, we talked about this also in my report for 2023, that I talked about the very real possibility this year of, like, when you asked me in like October, November of last year, my thoughts were, yes, we have a recession. The market goes down first half of the year and then bounces second half of the year. But that's because I, like many others, were expecting to see labor market numbers and earnings in January be much weaker than they have been so far. It's the reason why the markets have gone up in January, because the labor numbers are still strong and earnings were better than expected so far. So everybody thought that that's when the cracks were going to show themselves. The cracks have not showed themselves yet. And you just got 2.9% GDP for Q4, 2.9%. I mean, you got to think about what is a recession, 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. If you're at 2.9 in Q4, you're not going to have negative GDP in Q1. So now you're looking at, okay, if there's a very quick deterioration in the economy, that means Q2 is your first negative GDP number, which means Q3 would be the second negative GDP number, which puts you in a recession in Q3, Q4, which is now the recession comes later in the year, which would be actually the opposite, which is now the markets actually go up in the first half, down in the second half, and then recover in 2024. So, and I talked about that in the market outlook report for 2023, that is a very, very realistic situation. And we just have to keep our eyes on the data that's come out so far. And so far, labor market and earnings have not shown recession.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at keep hearing mixed info. Market is running. Bottom missed. Therein lies the problem, right?
If that's how they feel, Queen V. I'm not buying a single stock at these prices. I'm certainly not chasing this market higher. But full disclosure, I also added in a good chunk of money when the SPY was at 380 and when the SPY was at 360. So I'm not, I always teach people never try to pick the exact bottom, because if you miss the bottom, you miss everything. You don't ever wait for the exact bottom. You ask any professional money manager that does this for a living, not one of them would ever suggest to you to wait to pick the exact bottom. As a matter of fact, every single professional would tell you they are not good enough to pick the bottom. So what makes you think you are good enough to pick the bottom? Stop trying to pick the bottom. You're never going to do it. You identify your zones and your areas on the stocks that you like and the areas of the market. And as the market approaches those levels, you add money. And if it goes lower, then you add more. And that way you ensure that you'll always be adding money to the market during market declines. And you never experience a 20% drop. You don't invest anything like the people that were calling for the Great Depression. The market's going down 80%. I'm waiting until 250 on the SPY. Okay. Those people will never buy a single share in their lives, because they're always waiting for the end of the world. It never comes, and they end up owning nothing and building zero wealth throughout their lifetime because they fell victim to all the fear mongering. Don't ever wait for that kind of stuff. The world's not ending. Don't ever bet on the world ending. It only happens once, and if it does, your money's worthless anyway. So don't ever bet on the end of the world. You always invest on the way down. I added 380. I added a much bigger chunk of 360. And yes, I still have cash on the sideline that I would like to get in around 340, 330. But the only way that I would get that money in at those prices is if we have a recession, which I believe we are going to have a mild recession some point this year. And it looks like, based on the data that's come out so far, it looks like it's going to be towards later on in the year, not first quarter like people thought last year.
Okay. Just a different feel from what everyone thought was going to happen at the beginning of this year.
Yeah. And that's literally the reason why the market's gone up. So, dude, the NASDAQ is up 11% so far in January. That's a huge move for an index. So many hedge fund, everybody was positioned to think that the data would weaken in January, and it hasn't yet. So now you're getting people are chasing this market to the upside and trying to get cash in.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see the opportunity for retail traders this year?
Oh man, I mean, literally for retail traders, it's everywhere. I mean, whether you
thank you for being descriptive.
No, there is no way. There's nothing for me to be descriptive about. Like, there's literally opportunities in every single corner of this market. Whether you trade small caps, mid caps, large caps, like, it doesn't matter what you trade. Everything is moving. So it's not like, oh, where's the opportunity? It's literally everywhere. Like, every day I sit down at my desk and I'm just overflowing with opportunities in the market. This is the best trading environment I've ever seen in my life. It was 2022. It still remains even now today here in January of 2023. If you guys know what to look, I've never seen so many grade A setups throughout trading days. And once you learn how to identify the difference between A setups, B setups, and C setups, which is all based on probability, you just wait for those grade A setups and put yourself on the right side of the probability over and over and over again. And there's literally grade A setups, every small caps, mid caps, large caps, in financials, in energy, in tech, in healthcare, it's everywhere, in industrials, it's literally everywhere. Gold is now running, like, it's literally everywhere.
Yeah, Mike, somebody is now drinking every time you say the word literally.
Okay, great. Then
I'm just literally, you have said it literally like 100 times.
Literally, I hope your thirst is quenched.
All right, let's move on. Literally, let's just move past this. Okay. All right. there are. Hang on a second. We're literally talking over markets and Fed meeting JPOW earnings and more now. That's from Joe. Like it's on the screen on YouTube. You can't see it here, but it's literally on the screen right now. All right. Literally, let's move on. So somebody says my son is sleeping. Can I go? No. If you go, what's going to happen to your son? What does it even mean? Mike is not impressed with any of the jokes. He isn't. All right. So I think the important thing to mention here, if we're getting back on pace right now, is, guys, what I'd like to know for Mike, okay, I want you guys to help Mike out. If you are literally making money in True Trading Group and becoming a better trader, can you type the $ in chat? If you are literally making money and becoming a better trader in True Trading Group, can you type the $ in chat? Everyone literally watch how many $ come through chat right now. It's a little funny, Mike. It's okay, bro. I get picked on sometimes. You get picked on. Like, come on, dude. All right. Yeah. All right. No.
It is funny.
Oh, God. You literally.
I'm looking at I'm seeing when I want to take my final profit off.
You literally have no sense of humor today.
I do. There's freaking 12 minutes left in the market. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the last piece of my trade.
What trade is that?
AMD.
Do you want to tell us about it, or?
Yeah, I would love to. I told people about it earlier. We've been long AMD since early this morning. Right here. Here was the entry on AMD. We've taken profits all along the way. I'm still holding a small piece of my position, and I was gonna, right in this area would be the final take profit. And we're running out of time. I was holding on to about 12% of my position, 10-12% of my position, just to see if we got to 77. But yeah, 12 minutes to go. So we're not gonna. You're not going to get to 77 here now before the close. So my final take profit will be coming off the table here before the closing bell. I'm not holding this. I don't plan on holding this over the weekend. I don't plan on holding it over the weekend. So I will be flat. So all my teaching members that are following me on the entry from earlier today, I will be taking my final profit off before the market closes today.
Cool. Very cool. All right. We have a couple guests that I want to bring onto the stream today. All joking aside, are you in a better mood now, or are you still?
I'm not in a bad mood. I was just looking. I was analyzing my trades, and I was looking at the market. I was checking Nvidia, AMD. I was looking at my stuff.
All right, we good now? Can we?
Yes. Let's go.
All right, let's talk. We got a couple members that I want to bring on right now. Before we do that, I would like to see how many people on here are not True Trading Group members. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, can you type TTG in chat, please? You're going to really wish that you type TTG in chat if you're not a member. Trust me on this. Let's see what we got. Fernando, Chris Santon, Eric Bonds. There's somebody named Sweaty Hobo that got meted. Tracy Thomas, Brendan Fraser, Bishop Sheen Rosaries, Rug Pull USA. I know who Rug Pull USA is right now, and he's cool. He's super cool, and he was a good sport today. Terry Stover, August Wasaner, Visual Burrito. That sounds awesome. Roland Suarez, The Original Experience. Okay. Candy Simpson sounds like a totally legit name. Anyone else not a TTG member? You're gonna want to type TTG. Anyone else? Anyone else? Going once, going twice.
Bueller.
Pedro Ramirez, Brian Manzanares,
AA Rom.
Mark McFarland, Family Adventures. Rue, Greg Chansey. Johnny Mercado is letting Mike know that he has a patient ready. DNH. All right, cool. And testing. Type TTG. So testing, you have passing, and we're good to go. Okay. So good news, bad news. Okay. Hang on a second. One sec. Just trying to verify something. Okay, cool. All right. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, listen up. All right. Really quick. And then we have 3 guests that we're going to bring on for you. So if you're not a member of True Trading Group, listen up. Mike, is the SPY crashing?
It's pulling back.
Oh, okay. Is that it's not crashing though, right?
There it is.
Right. So we went from 408, we're down at 405.
406.
406. So it's down $2. Got it. All hell is breaking loose. All right, here we go. So here's what's happening. No, Joe, we're going to do the other. What we're going to do is this. Between now and Sunday, we are going to have an open enrollment. Okay? It's so funny. I sent out a message today, Mike, that said that anyone on the live stream that comes on the live stream, you have a chance to win a mansion and $10 million. And people are legit asking about it. Don't trade. Anyone that is seriously asking about that, don't trade, because it's not going to end well for you. What we're going to do is this, and I'll let you tell people about it, but starting next week, our annual membership is changing a lot. Okay? It is going to be essentially all we are going to offer is the trial. Our price point will sit up at $2,000 plus. And these live streams will just push the trial. No more annual membership open to anyone that wants it. We're doing this because we have grown a lot over the last, and Mike, you can, kind of, jump in here too, but we've grown a lot over the last couple of years. We started at the end of 2016 with like 30 members, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of members now. And every day,
like 100 different countries.
Right, from like 100 different countries, and there's new people signing up on a daily basis. Great for business. But what's very important to us is that we maintain the quality of the people that are coming into True Trading Group. That is very, very important to us. We want to make sure that the people that are here that want to be a part of this are people that have a real desire to, like, all joking aside, a real desire to like better themselves and the lives of their family around them, you know, or not just family, but themselves or whatever. They want to make a difference, an improvement. It's important to us that those are the people that we attract, not the people that are hard.
I just got to let everybody know that I just took final profits off at 75.60 on AMD. I'm flat now before the close.
Okay. Not people that are looking to, you know, YOLO trades or follow alerts without anything else. I think I just got confirmation of what I was looking for. So because of that, what we are going to do is we're going to move to trials only. And then depending on your interest, once you're a trial, you can apply to become a full member. And that's what we're going to do. And we feel pretty good about that. And yeah, you know, we want to grow. We want to have as many members as want to come in, but we want to make sure they're coming for the right reason. You know, I don't know, Mike, if you want to say anything about that.
Listen, like, that's the thing about True Trading Group is that the professional mods and myself are very, very, very available, obviously, to all of our members. And we do a lot of live workshops, live training. We do a lot of mentorship. And, I want to make sure that for us, it's quality over quantity. And we have a fantastic group of people, and we've grown tremendously over the last couple of years. And we just want to maintain, we have such a great group of traders and people that are working hard and people that are having success and are taking this serious and are reaching their goals. And I want to make sure that we maintain the quality and the integrity of the chat and of the community, of the platform, and make sure that, that honestly, that the time that myself and the mods and the rest of the group at TTG, the time that we put forth, we want to make sure that the people and the members are, quite frankly, putting forth that same type of effort and are as serious about this as we are, rather than having people come into chat and be like, hey, what do I do? Tell me what to do. Tell you, I want to make $1 million. Tell me what to do. Like, nah, you go find somewhere else. There's plenty other places that would gladly just take your money and then, never talk to you ever again. That's not us. So we're going to be there working with you guys on a daily basis all day. We do live workshops, live trainings, mentorship, and everything, and guidance. So we want to make sure that the people that are joining True Trading Group are as high quality of a member as the people that we have now, and that we uphold to ourselves as a company.
So what we are going to do is all weekend, we are going to have an open enrollment. We are going to limit this open enrollment to 50 people, and then it gets cut off. Whichever comes first, Sunday night at midnight or 50 people. How will you know if you're one of the 50 people? Well, when you go to the checkout page, if the checkout page is not there and it just takes you to the trial page, you know you've missed it. Mike, tell them about it, and then let's bring everyone else on. And we do have laptops, so we're going to essentially give everyone open enrollment for $1,000. It comes with a brand new laptop, okay, and it comes with a one-on-one with one of the mods.
Also, guys, just want to let other members know, Jess also took final profit off on Meta. For the members that are following Jess on the Meta trade, she just took final profit off on the Meta trade. So yes, guys, I'll go over and I'll explain to you guys what you actually get with your membership to True Trading Group. You do this open enrollment for the next 50 people, because your annual membership includes all of our courses and all of our tools. There are no upsells for courses or tools. There are some additional things that you can pay for if you want, like extra help and extra mentorship and things, but the courses and the tools are included. There are no upsells for those things when you join True Trading Group. Okay, so when you are joining TTG, you get access to all of the courses, which is a simplified version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it. We've got all of it. You have access to every single course. There's no VIP courses that cost more money after you guys join, right? Oh, this is another $1,000, you know, these special courses. None of that stuff. We don't play those games. You join our platform, you get access to all the courses and all the tools. Benzinga's real-time news feed, trading views, premium charts, Quote Media's full book level 2, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, the trade idea scanner, a simulator from ETNA, a trading journal, a social sentiment scanner, analyst ratings, insider buying, insider selling, short data. All of this is included when you guys join our platform. Those tools, if you were to go to the companies directly, it would cost you at least $5,000 a year. They are all included on our platform at no additional cost when you join the annual membership for just a flat $1,000 for the entire year. Okay? Go to ttgoffer.com. You'll enter the coupon code TTG121. You'll click apply code. The price will flash green. It'll drop down to $1,000. Yes, you'll be getting a brand new free laptop. As long as you see a laptop up there in the checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. This is open enrollment for this weekend, 50 people. That is it. Then we're going to shut that down, and it'll just be the trial memberships you guys can apply, okay, for if you want to become an annual member of True Trading Group. But you'll know that you're one of the 50 if you go to ttgoffer.com. If it just takes you to the checkout page, then you know you're one of the 50, because otherwise that URL will just redirect to the trial page, and you'll be prompted then to sign up for our 7-day trial. And then from there, you could apply to become a full-time member if you would so choose after your trial. Okay. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code, price drops to $1,000. You'll get a free laptop. You don't have to put in your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email with instructions how to claim the laptop after you guys join. You also get a one-on-one mentor session with one of the moderators at True Trading Group to get you guys started on the right track, make sure you're headed down the right direction. And of course, our double your money back guarantee. Guys, I stand behind the platform that we've created. I see the results that members have. I have no problem telling you that as long as you utilize the platform you're subscribing to, actually go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, right? Sign up. And if you go through our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group, you do those 3 things and are not able to make the $1,000 back at least once during your membership, I will give you back $2,000. Dead serious. That is how confident we are in our platform's ability to help you guys reach your goals, that I'm willing to back it up with a double your money back guarantee. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. It's there to hold us accountable. We've only had to give a refund to 2.83% of all of our members since 2016. And we have a 78% retention rate, which means 78% of our members are renewing their membership. Guys, we got to welcome Tracy. And just like that, we got 49 left. Tracy just jumped on one. We got 49 spots left for open enrollment before we shut it down, and you'll have to go through the trial process. Go to ttgoffer.com now. Use the code TTG121. If you have questions about this membership, or if you're a previous trial or previous annual member, and you guys want the $1,000 deal, we have to whitelist your email address. So you have to text us. 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. If you have questions about this membership, questions about myself, questions about the platform, about the mods, about our trading, questions about the laptop, whatever, send us a text message. And if you're a previous trial or previous member, you have to text us so we can whitelist your email to make sure you give you that $1,000 price point. All right, guys. So again, go to ttgoffer.com. Use that coupon code TTG121.
Yeah, and no, it's not cheaper without the laptop. I saw somebody ask that question. The laptops we just have, they're already paid for. It does nothing. I mean, you might as well take it and sell it on eBay. You'll get a couple $100 for it. If you really don't want to go through that trouble and you don't want the laptop, I'll just give you an extra one-on-one. Like, we'll figure it out. But no, it's not any cheaper. So
cool.
That's it. So open enrollment is for this weekend only, 50 people. And then Monday, we'll start trial only. Okay.
Sweet.
So I would like to bring on 2 members and a mod, right? 2 members and a mod. First member I'm going to bring on is I think they're both lifetime members, a lifetime member that, well, I'll let him, he looks frozen on the screen. Are you frozen? JB, are you there? He's got 2 bars of reception on our end. All right, so DJ, we'll start with DJ first. DJ, you there?
JB's good. JB's not frozen.
He's good now?
I mean, he's not
All right.
frozen.
All right, yeah. Let's bring on JB first. All right. JB, what's going on, buddy? Oh, you got to turn your microphone on. He is frozen.
No, he's moving around. We just can't. We have
Okay.
Yeah, we have
Let's try DJ. You there?
What's going on, guys?
Excellent. This is amazing. What a fail.
I guess that's why we're traders, not IT professionals.
Yeah, pretty much.
We don't work for Geek Squad, clearly.
Wait, hang on, let me say. What the hell? Hope he's okay. All right, well. All right, let's try JB, you there?
You got me now?
Yes. Nope.
Damn it! It's killing us.
All right, well, here. We'll wait on that for a second. And let's bring on Jessica. What's up, Jess?
Hey, yo, I almost forgot to turn on my sound. How's it going?
It's going.
Good day.
It's
This
a
is very-
it's a big day.
Hang on one second. Yo, JB, if you're in chat, can you please check your private messages or something? Thank you. All right, let's see. So what I'd like to say here before we get into why today was a big day for Jessica. Jess, tell us a little bit about where you come from, man. Like where you were, where you are now, like a little bit about where you come from.
Yeah, absolutely. So, growing up, I mean, my parents did their best in providing for us, but we didn't have a lot. And I remember as a little girl, I always thought to myself, there's got to be more, right? Like I would go to my friend's house and they would talk about things, and I very vividly remember that that thought process. But as I became a teenager, I started, hanging out with people who, their parents were very successful, and they would talk about, what they had rental properties and all this stuff. And I thought to myself, man, one day I want to work hard enough where I can be successful like that for my family. Because I just never grew up knowing that. My family didn't invest. They didn't have, extras. And then I met my wonderful husband, James, which many of you in chat know who James is, but I talk about him a lot. I met my wonderful husband, James, and his son, Colton, which is now my son. I have recently adopted him in the last year. And I fell completely in love, and I knew that was my family, that was my life. And my wonderful husband, over the next 5 years, provided a beautiful life for us financially so that I could fulfill my dream of being a stay-at-home mom to our babies. So we had 2 additional little girls that we added to our family, and I got to fulfill my dream of being a stay-at-home mom and raising my kids. And as I was being a mommy, I always knew that I had more purpose because I'm a businesswoman. And so I had a few different endeavors that did not work out. And I don't regret them at all because they taught me a lot about how to be an entrepreneur and how to build a business from home with little kids, which is not an easy task. But they didn't work out. And so I just went back to being a mommy again and took a little break. And then our son was in a pretty tragic accident, and he was wheelchair bound actually for several months, and he required a lot of James in my care. James actually was not able to work at all during this time period. And it was really hard on our family. And I felt an immense amount of pressure because I had gambled in the stock market. I lost a lot of money doing that. I don't recommend it to anybody, but I had lost a lot of money gambling the stock market, but I knew there was potential here. And so I actually was scrolling through Facebook one day, and my really good friend Deidre had posted like her trade of the day. And if you have questions, go watch the True Trading Group live stream. And I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you trade? I had no idea. Like, because really it's not common to see women traders, right? So like, I had no idea. And I went to the live stream, and Mike always gives me a hard time about this, but he had COVID. And so it was Wolf. Wolf was running the live streams, and he made it very fun and exciting. And I was like, dang, like this is the place. Like once I saw the platform and the community, I knew that if I had another chance to be the successful woman that I had always dreamed of being, that this was the place that I could learn to do it. And so I joined True Trading Group. I literally watched 2 live streams, and then I joined True Trading Group in December 2 years ago. So I just had my 2-year anniversary with True Trading Group. And I put an immense amount of pressure on myself just because of what our family had been going through during that time. And so I finished the courses very quickly. And then the second time I finished them, like I was like doing dishes, listening to study groups. And I was like literally constantly stalking Mike's screen, seeing how he charted things out. And like, I was nuts about it because I felt like if I was able to do something for our family, it was bringing income through the market. And so, I went through really big growth spurts, and I went through really big plateaus. And Mike, actually, I've talked to him several times about it because with the growth I've seen from the market, that also comes with like, you have to consistently be learning and growing with the market. And in that time of my life, that was really difficult. Like it was hard, but I always pushed through, and I'm thankful I did, because one of my biggest goals when I joined True Trading Group was I knew if anything were to ever happen to my family, I wanted to make sure that we never had to worry about the financial aspect of that we would be able to just stay home and take care of our kids if something tragic happened again, and that James wouldn't feel the pressure of having to go to work, because that was really tough. Like he knew he couldn't leave me alone with all 3 of the kids and a child who needed full-time care. And so, as I continued to grow and build my account with True Trading Group, one of my biggest goals and dreams was to retire my husband, and still is. And we are on the road to do that. But as a little girl, so telling you a little background history, do you want me to just get into it, Adam, or?
I want you to share whatever you want to share. But I know we both know where I want you to end up, right? What I don't want to happen is I don't want, when you get to the end, I don't want people to feel that it was about a material thing. I want people to understand why something, right, that why something like that,
what it represents,
not right. That's what I don't want you to be like, oh, I did, because at that point,
Yeah.
it's because it's not the thing, it's what that thing represents, and I want people to understand that.
Yeah.
So you do what you need to do to that's where we're coming from.
So going back to when I was a little girl, my mom worked 2 full-time jobs. I literally never saw her. She worked a lot. And my dad also worked, and he struggles from a condition. And so I really never, I always had to pay for nice things if I wanted them. So I've had a job since I've been 13. Like, I remember watching kids at my house when I was 12 and like just trying to make money so that I could wear cool clothes to school and, you know, stuff like that. And like I said, this is like nothing against my parents. I know they always did their best, but always growing up, I remember I was like 8 years old. I think I was really young. And my mom took us with our Christmas money. We each had $100 and she took us with our Christmas money. And we went to the mall, and there in this mall, there was a store, and I'm not going to say the store yet because I just want you guys to know the meaning behind this. There was a store, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I had a friend whose mother owned several of these items, and she had one herself. And as a young child, you know, you don't really understand the depth of that. And so I just always knew it was like a cool thing to have, right? And I was like, oh, I could never have one of those. And so I see this store in this mall, and I was like, Mom, please take me in there. And she was like, no, because she understood, you know, she knew that that was not a store we should have been in. And so I was like, Mom, please, I just want to look around. And so she takes me into this store. And we look around, and I remember looking at the representative, like they had gloves on, and they were like, just don't touch, you know, don't touch, because I was very young. And I was like, I won't, I promise. I just want to look around. I just want to look around. And then I never forgot that moment. And like I said, as I became a teenager, it was very important to me that as I grew into an adult, I wanted to do something bigger for my family. And then, like I said, I met my husband, and he provided me to be able to stay home, and we went on a vacation, me and my husband and the kids, in another country, and we went to a mall again. This is me fast forward, right? This is me fast forward 10 years, 15 years. Like, there were a couple different occasions we did this, and I was like, babe, like, please watch the kids. I have to go in there and just look. Like, I just want to look. And so the first time I did that, and then the second time, I was like, oh my gosh, there's another one. Like, I just have to look. And he's like, babe, I'll go in, and like, we'll just, you know, we'll get it done. And I was like, no, like, I promised myself as a mom that I wanted to show my kids that there is more, and that you can do better for yourself. And so I didn't let him do it. I didn't let my husband do it. And my kids have watched my whole process in trading. They actually sing Power Hour. They know who Michael Edward is. Like, they have been here through it all. They've sacrificed, you know, like when I'm in a trade and I'm like, hang on, mommy, we'll make your toast in a minute. I'm taking profit, you know, like they've been here, and they've seen the grind that this has taken. And when my kids got home today from school, they were all like, mommy, show us, because they know what that means. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. I made a purchase, and again, I don't want anybody to feel like that I'm materialistic, because I'm far from that. But this means so much to me, and it's something I will keep for the rest of my life, because it represents that I did something more for my family. And I bought myself a Louis Vuitton bag.
Show us, Jess.
Oh my gosh. I'm literally still shaking over this.
Yes! Yes! Congratulations, Jess.
I literally can't. When I told my husband, I said, I even bought the wallet.
Oh, yes. I'm so, I want to curse so bad. I'm so happy for you,
Just
Jess.
do it. Just curse. I do it all the time.
I'm so happy for you.
But
I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so like seeing the process and the development over the years, and you know, to be able to make that purchase. It, like you said, not about the thing. It's about what the thing represents, and what it means, what it has meant to you for since you were 8 years old. Like that item that you always felt was out of reach, and now realizing that and making that purchase is, and that's something now that you pass that down and give it to your daughter.
I know, and you know, I FaceTimed James, because when I opened this, I did like a video of my unboxing, like the real thing. And after I FaceTimed him 3 times at work, so I was so excited. I was like, you have to answer your phone. Like, no, you have to answer your phone right now. And he literally was like, don't cry anymore. Your eyelashes are going to fall off. I was like, I know, I can't stop crying.
Oh my God.
But you know, the coolest part of that conversation is I got to look him in the eyes with my bag in my hand, and I said, okay, baby, next thing is we're retiring you. That's it. Yes. And I'm so excited to be a part of True Trading Group and to share that journey with the fam. And I hope that this brings encouragement more than anything. Like, again, aside from the bag itself, I hope that this shows you guys that you can do this. Like, this is possible for you. I didn't know anything when I came to True Trading Group about trading, and I'm making my dreams come through because of the education that I got. And I think that's the most important thing to focus on, that with an education and your hard work and your dedication, because there are times you're going to have to drive yourself and stay dedicated through those hard moments, that it's possible for you too. So
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you guys for all you have created here. And
no, look, it's a group effort, right? Like, we've all created it together.
Yeah.
You know, Mike and I didn't create this. We just built something, and you guys came and we all made it into what it is.
Yeah.
So this is a total group effort. I can't wait to hang out with you guys at the in-person meetup. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait.
And Trader Palooza's tomorrow.
Yeah. Trader Palooza's tomorrow. I'm putting some finishing touches on my last and final presentation.
Yep, I'm excited. It'll be a good, long educational day tomorrow, and then a few weeks from now, we'll all be hanging out in Miami. So
can't wait.
It'll be fun.
Oh man, I'm at a loss for words. Honestly, it's just.
I literally can't. Like, I can't even believe. I can't even believe it still. I literally
Really
can't.
incredible.
You've earned it.
My daughter tells me, she gets home and she looks at it and she's all, Mom, you cannot take that to Dave and Buster's.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You cannot take that.
That's actually really funny.
Good point. I probably shouldn't take this to Dave and Buster's.
Oh my God.
It's actually really good.
That is really good. So funny. Congratulations, Jess. I'm
Congratulations.
so happy for you. And I'm excited to just see, literally, because I got to see your process, your journey from start to now. Like, I still remember the first time that you and I ever spoke on the phone, like to do like a one-on-one. And it's just nuts.
I remember our first one-on-one. These verbatim, I told Michael, like I was still a member, and I told Michael, I was like, Michael, I feel like I got beat up in a bar fight and I have ace bandages all over. And then I got up and I walked back in and I got into another fight. And like, we had this conversation. And okay, well, let's like figure out what's going on.
Oh man.
Hey, it made me stronger. So
I love it. Absolutely incredible. I think you are an inspiration to a lot of other people, Jess, and anyone that's watching this live stream. Jess joined True Trading Group 2 years ago. Did not know anything. Did all the meme stock craziness, did all the gambling, did all the crazy betting, lost a bunch of money, and made a decision that she was going to do this for real, for her and for her family. Said there's not going to be anything that's going to get in my way of reaching the goals that I have set forth. She put forth the energy, she put forth the effort, and here she is now reaching her goals just 2 years later. I mean, it's just unreal. And when you think about, like really, really, really think about it, I have been doing this for 17 years. You've been doing this for 2. Really let that what about 4 years? What about 7? What about 10? Like, where are you going to be 5 years from now when you're trading? 10 years from now when you're trading?
I can't even imagine.
It's really, 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 really fun when you start to think about it.
I'm ready for it, but I literally, I can't imagine that far out because I've seen the growth that's come from this over the last 2 years. And I was actually in STR the other night, our sniper trading robot group, and we were going over my old journals, and I was like showing them when I was going through the courses, like my notebook of me going through the courses. And I did think, like, reflect on, wow, that was 2 years ago. And I was writing down what VWAP was.
That's
like,
so crazy.
It's insane to think about, what's going to come from this. And I'm so pumped for our True Trading Group family. Like, so many people have had awesome success in this year, and just this volatility, like seeing them kill it and having one-on-ones with them has been one of the greatest things. As a moderator, I love one-on-ones. They are fire, and it's awesome to have conversations with them afterwards that they're like, I've had 3 green weeks in a row. I've had 3 months of green, and just to see them working hard and staying in it and pushing through those plateaus is an awesome experience to be a part of. So I'm so dang proud of the whole fam. Like, everybody has just, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Well said. Very well said. I second that, Adam. I mean, I gotta let you. I'm at a loss for words, man. I
got nothing. It's unbelievable. It's really, really great. Jess, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If you want to all see my live unboxing videos, you can go to my TikTok. My handle is @Haven Trades. You can see me live unboxing it for the very first time. So
Hell yeah.
It's so awesome. We should put it on all the True Trading Group stuff, Adam.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
well, thanks for having me on, guys. I
You're
appreciate
very welcome.
it. I gotta go get ready for a birthday party and finish my presentation. So
Yes, nice to go. Enjoy, Jess. I'll talk to you in a little while.
awesome. See you guys.
Congrats. Oh man. And then there were two.
You know, I got 3 hours of sleep last night.
Okay, I got more than that.
This is pretty awesome for Friday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take her home, man. I'm gonna sign off. That's excellent. Sunday, 8:30, Trader Palooza tomorrow morning.
Yeah, guys, Trader Palooza tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Adam, for any members that didn't get the instructions, where can they find it?
They can't. They have to be sent it.
So where are they?
We're gonna send it out again.
Via
Text message, email, push notification,
Perfect.
carrier pigeon, smoke signal. Your mom?
I don't know. My mom's a busy lady. She's not going to thousands of members' houses or to let them know and notify them. She's not Santa Claus. My brother's got a dinner reservation tonight at 7:30.
I know. I'm supposed to not be late for that.
I know. I'm picking her up. All right, guys. We're having fun. It's a Friday. I gave you guys kind of my thoughts on the overall market, but you want to make sure that you join us on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go live again. I'll give you my entire breakdown and the details on what I think is going to happen.
Sunday will be more professional and thought out.
Sunday will be more professional, guys. This was kind of an emotional. We had some technical difficulties with some members. Maybe we can get them on Sunday. But just damn proud of one of our own, Jess, on reaching that goal and accomplishing that milestone. It's just a special moment. So Sunday at 8:30, I'll go live again. We'll talk about earnings, the Fed, what my expectations are, where some of the opportunities I think lie, and if I'm trying to be long or short specific names, we'll talk about it. We'll look at the futures market as well. For those of you that are still on the live stream and are interested in a membership in True Trading Group, I'll show you the platform now so you can actually see. So you guys can actually see what you will get access to as a member. If you're not interested in the membership at all, you can sign off the live stream. You guys, I'm done with any educational stuff or market commentary and trade ideas, but make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Turn on your notifications before you do go, because we do these 6 days a week. So who's on the live stream that's still here that is not a TTG member? If you're not a TTG member, do me a favor and just type the letters TTG again. I'm going to see who we have on here still. Just type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. We like to see how many people we have here that are not members. Ross. Oh, yeah, Ross, you're a trial. Hope you're enjoying your trial so far, Ross. Patrice. Youssef. All right, so we have a handful of people here that are not members. So what I'll do, I'll show you guys the actual platform so you guys can see for yourself exactly what you're going to get access to as a member, because when you join, you get access to all the courses and all the tools, right? So you're going to be getting access to our chat room, obviously, which is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out our trades in real time, answering questions, providing market commentary from pre-market all the way through into the market closes. We're not gone after an hour or two and you're left to, fend for yourself. We're there with you for the entire trading session. You can also get the mobile app. The mobile app will let you see the screen share, listen to the audio commentary, and get real-time push notifications whenever a mod enters or exits a trade. That way you can follow along with everything that we're doing during the day, even if you're not in front of your computer. As long as you have your phone, you guys can follow along with everything that's going on in chat. That's how so many of our members that work full-time jobs are able to benefit from the platform. You also get 2 private study group sessions with the mod to ask questions and speed up your learning curve. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, live breaking up to the second news alerts right inside chat. That news feed, if you went to Benzinga directly, it's going to cost you over $1,000 a year. It's literally included in your annual membership to True Trading Group for just $1,000. That's the value of our platform. You get TradingView's premium charting software. That's about $600 a year. If you went to TradingView directly, that's included. The Trade Ideas scanner also, that's the industry standard scanner. It's a few $100 a year. It streams on our platform live every single day. You also get ETNA's simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. This way you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses without having to risk your hard-earned money. Please use the simulator. Okay. If you went to ETNA directly for the entire year, this would cost you just under $1,000. It's included with your membership when you join our platform. Trade with fake money first. Okay. Prove you can make money on the sim, then switch it to real money. You're also going to get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow. This data is very expensive if you pay for it on your own. It's on our platform, included when you join our membership. You get a trading journal that tracks your trades, breaks down the numbers and statistics. You can see what you're doing wrong. And then you also have a social sentiment scanner that will tell you what stocks are being talked about most on social media so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings on any company you're interested in. So you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating, whether or not there's been insider buying, insider selling, or what the short data is. We got to welcome Brian. Brian's the newest member of the group. There's 48 spots left for open enrollment. There are 48 spots left for open enrollment. So if you guys are interested, you can go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops to $1,000. You'll see a laptop in your checkout cart. You don't have to enter your address to get it. You'll get a welcome email after you join with instructions how to claim that free laptop. We also cover the shipping, and we give you a double your money back guarantee. If you are unable to make the $1,000 membership fee back at least once during your membership, after going through our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending a study group, we will give you back $2,000. That's the commitment we make to you when you commit to us. I stand behind this platform, and that is how I prove it to you, by putting my money where my mouth is. I can do that because we've only had to refund 2.83% of our members since 2016, and 78% of them renew their membership. We are 5-star rated on Trustpilot with 2,000 reviews. Go read them. All right. Included with your membership is also a watch list. Every day, the moderators and I publish watch lists, options trades, swing trades, regular trades, the overall markets. Whatever you're looking to trade, we've got watch lists for you. This is a list of the stocks that we are focusing on with a game plan on how we plan on trading those stocks. This way, you'll always know where to focus your attention. And of course, you get all the courses, right? The courses, okay, are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. There are no upsells for courses. Every single course is included when you join us. Beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. It's all included when you join for the $1,000. Again, this is open enrollment, folks. Only next 48 people between now and Sunday at midnight. And then Monday, you will not be able to just join the annual membership to True Trading Group. You will sign up for our trial. And then if you want to become an annual member, you will have to apply to be accepted onto the TTG platform. There are 48 spots left for the open enrollment before we switch to that on Monday. You will also be getting access to our video library. The video library is 400 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops that we've conducted live with members covering a variety of topics. They're recorded and put into the library. And then you can also start attending these workshops live once you guys become full-time members. Now, listen, I can't guarantee that you're going to be successful just because you joined True Trading Group. But what I can guarantee is if you utilize the platform you're subscribing to, if you go through the courses, if you pass the quizzes, if you attend the study group, and do not make that $1,000 back at least once during your membership, I'll give you back $2,000. You can keep the laptop. That is what I can guarantee you. If you have any questions about this membership, or if you're a trial member, previous trial or previous member, you have to text us 786-505-4049. Phone number's at the bottom of your screen. Don't hesitate. We don't bite. We're fully transparent. We're an open book. Send us a text message if you have any questions at all. Otherwise, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code, price drops to $1,000, checkout, you're good to go. How do you know you're one of the 48? If you go to ttgoffer.com and it literally takes you to the checkout page, that means you're good. You're one of the 48. If you go to ttgoffer.com and it redirects you to our trial membership, that means we have sold out of open enrollment, and now you must join the trial, and then you can apply to become an annual member after your trial, and we may or may not accept, depends on the application. Okay, so open enrollment, 48 spots left, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code, and then text us if you have any questions. All right, so guys, set your reminders for Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to go live. We'll talk about the plan for next week. Next week's going to be crazy. There's never been a better time for you guys to join the TTG family, because next week you have the biggest week of earnings and you have the Fed meeting. It's literally the craziest week that you're going to see in the next several months. So if there's ever been a time for you guys to join and not trade on your own and take advantage of the opportunities that are going to be out there, it's this week. So take advantage, join now, join while open enrollment is still live. All right. Thanks for joining us today, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. I will see you all Sunday night.